Let us get started, and the first thing that we are going to look at is actually the opening of AutoCAD. And in this case, I have downloaded and installed AutoCAD architecture. So probably once you install it, you are going to get these particular shortcuts added to your desktop, and they are based on profiles. So we are going to look at we are going to see the various profiles that we have. For example, this is the ArchiCAD Global, and also we have a US Imperial, and also we have US Metric. So these are the various profiles that we have, and they are also based on a measurement unit, which of course is important. For example, the US Imperial is based on the imperial system of measurement, or the imperial system unit system, but the US metric is based on the metric system, or the metric unit system. And then each of them has a template. We are going to look at template. So probably to get started, if you're using, or you are concerned, or you are familiar with the metric system, you can double click and choose the US metric system. Or else, if you're familiar with the imperial system, you can proceed with that. And also we have the English Global. Again, it is there. Now, it doesn't matter what you double or what you open. The important thing is that you just need to open AutoCAD. It is going to take you to the AutoCAD interface. And then if probably you open US Imperial and you wanted to have the metric system, you can proceed and do some customizations to the unit. It doesn't matter what you open. So, but of course, depending on the profiles that you are okay with, you can proceed with that. Now, we are going to open one of these, and it will be based on a metric system. Then we are going to look at something else. So after you double click, so you just need to double click to any of these desktop icons. You're going to get to this start page, or the start wizard, or the home page. And of course, with the home page, there are a few things that you are going to get, as you can see. For example, you have the recent and other things. Now, before we proceed to that, it is important we understand what is AutoCAD. So AutoCAD is actually a CAD software oriented to drawing and modeling in 2D and 3D. So one of them is drawing in 2D, so it has that functionality. And then it has a 3D interface where you can model various objects. And to start with, because this is a full version of AutoCAD architecture, you can see we have the build panel and the draw panel. So these are the main, or these are what gives AutoCAD the functionality of modeling in 3D, the build, and also drawing in 2D. So that is it. And also, it is important that to note that architects can use this particular software, and then the engineers in the construction industry, they can as well use AutoCAD. Have the contractors who also use AutoCAD, and of course the other professionals who use AutoCAD. For example, AutoCAD for estimating or calculating quantities. There are those that use AutoCAD. It is also useful in product design. So you can decide to use AutoCAD to design your products, and then it can be, and then after you design, that is how it is going to be produced. So it can be used in product design. Another use of AutoCAD is actually in manufacturing. For example, if it's a car manufacturer, they can decide to design the car itself using AutoCAD, and then they can use that as a they can use that as a guide to actual production. So that is the use of AutoCAD. For our case, we are concerned with AutoCAD, that is the 2D drawing. We are going to look into this in details, and also later we are going to look at or we can look at the AutoCAD 3D and we have the 3D objects here, which of course give you a very expansive features to model whether it is okay, to model a building. So you have that particular, you have these particular tools, and they have a lot of features to help you design, and they can also be combined with the draw. You have the 2D lines, you can use them, or the 2D objects, to also come up with a model. So they are interrelated. Okay, they are sometimes related, and with that you are going to come up with a 3D model of probably a building. Now you might be having AutoCAD LT version, so it is precisely for 2D drafting, design, and documentation. Does not include a 3D. So if you have that particular AutoCAD LT, you don't have the build panel. It is only build, or it is a version of AutoCAD that is precisely for 2D drafting and also for design and documentation. It does not include any 3D. So therefore, for AutoCAD LT version, remember here we have AutoCAD architecture. For AutoCAD LT, it is 2D, and it comes with these 2D objects. We don't have the 3D objects, so it can only be used for drafting. Probably it can also be used for documenting, but it cannot be used for modeling. So that is the AutoCAD LT, and if you understand that, then you'll be good to go. We are going to get started, and remember here we have Autodesk AutoCAD Architecture 22. So that is the version that we are going to use, and you can also learn this particular, or you can if you have AutoCAD LT, you can also look at the drawing part. It can help you understand how you can use the 2D objects to draft, and also the documentation. We are going to cover the documentation, annotations. So it is important that you check it out. Even if you have AutoCAD LT, there is no problem. Now, yeah, that is it, and you can note the theme that we have currently. So this is the theme, that is the dark theme. For the purposes of this training, I'm going to change the theme to a light theme, so that you can be able to, okay, we can have the best, or we can have the best theme for purposes of training. So to do so, and don't worry about this, but it is important that you also know how you can change the theme. Probably you are not concerned, or you are not, okay, the theme does not excite you. You can just, okay, there was a particular plus there, new drawing. If you don't have a new drawing, it is going to be to the left of the start button. So click on that, it is going to produce a new drawing. Now don't worry about that, we are going to look that into detail. What we want to do is to change the theme. So click at this particular part here, click on that, and then proceed to the options, and under the options we want to look at the display. So click at the display tab, and then the color theme, you can see that it is dark. We can change this to light, and then of course that is not enough, we need to proceed to the colors at this point. For the 2D model space, let's have the color as white, and also for the 3D projection, now for the sheet and layout it is white. For the 3D parallel projection, let's also have white, and also for the 3D perspective projection, let's have white. The others can remain the way they are. So after you are done, we can just proceed and click on apply and cross, and then click OK. So we are going to proceed with this particular theme, and if you want, or if you want the dark theme, you can retain it. But for our case, we are going to have this particular white theme. Yeah, the whiteness. so that I can or it is possible to follow through. So that is it.